Muslims in the most important eras were always known as people of strength, of course, people of manners and rahmah, mercy, but also strength, power. And that was also what drew me to Islam, was the strength of Muslims, right? Spiritually, intellectually, but also physically. I wasn't ever an elite athlete or specialist. I always enjoyed, calisthenics and lifting weights. I did not love running. And in fact, the reason that I started running was because I didn't like it. I remember trying a jog, and I remember crossing the Princeton battlefield and looking to the left and the right. And my lungs were in bad condition. But I looked up at this battlefield and I imagined the armies on both sides. And I just decided in my mind that moment that I needed to be able to run from one side to the other. My name is Cyrus McGoldrick. I am a Muslim, a student born and raised in the United States. It has been 10 years that I've been living here in Istanbul, Turkey. Not being a native Arabic speaker or reader, I had to do the best I could to engage the Quran in English. I knew that I had to commit to a deeper understanding of the Quran, that it would take time, it would take learning, it would take focus, meditation.
أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون.
Our Creator, the being who created us, left us and protected for us this book. And if we leave it on the shelf, if we leave the Quran to gather dust, on a high shelf in the house, it is not befitting of the love we claim to have for our Creator. We run up along the Bosphorus, under the bridge, and continue on to the base of the hill up of Çamlıca. From there, we turn up the hill and we begin a slow climb, up the hill, up towards Çamlıca Jami, kind of winding up slowly. Assalamu alaikum. We would go in, pray 2 rakat, usually the doha prayer, the mid-morning prayer, depending on when we're running there. Rest for a moment, perhaps have a sip of a drink, and then head back down. And to do that with great brothers, to do that in community, to share that, with people that we love, is also just a tremendous part of that experience.
Yeah, mashallah. Beautiful.
It's a beautiful view, the feeling of summiting at Chamlaja Jami, of reaching that courtyard and walking in through the gate into the Jami, knowing that you have completed really the hardest part of that run. And so it's a run that I think has become something of an institution here in Istanbul, something of a 114 tradition. And now it's been great to have, brothers visiting Istanbul for the summer or for shorter trips and knowing, reaching out to do this run, saying that, hey, I heard about the Chamlaja run. Can we do it together, when you have time? And so it's just become a great personal and also a community experience.